Nicole Wheat was on top of the world, but in an instant, everything changed. What happened to her will leave you heartbroken. A rising star with so much promise, Cheyenne's life was shattered by a tragedy that no one saw coming. But what the public doesn't know is the pain behind her journey. In the blink of an eye, Cheyenne's life was forever altered by a loss she couldn't escape. It's a story of resilience, grief, and an untold truth that deserves to be heard. Cheyenne's heart-wrenching experience changed her in ways no one could have predicted. Watch as we uncover the real story behind the tragedy that struck her life. Cheyenne Nicole Wheat, affectionately known as Pickle, is more than just a reality TV star. She's a living testament to the resilience and traditions of Louisiana's swamplands. Born on September 21, 1995 in Poydras, Louisiana, Pickle was raised in a family deeply rooted in alligator hunting. Her great-grandfather was among the original gator hunters in St. Bernard Parish, a legacy passed down through generations. From a young age, Pickle learned the art of hunting from her father, Eddie Wheat, and grandfather, mastering skills that have been honed over decades. What drives someone to pursue such a perilous profession? For Pickle, it's not just about the hunt. It's about honoring her heritage and the unique techniques passed down by her ancestors. She often reflects on her grandfather's distinctive style of hunting, which ensured their survival and prosperity, and strives to keep these traditions alive. In 2021, Pickle joined the cast of the History Channel's Swamp People during its 12th season. Her fearless approach to alligator hunting and deep knowledge of the swamp's ecosystem quickly made her a fan favorite. Her presence on the show not only showcased her skills, but also highlighted the rich cultural tapestry of Louisiana's bayous. Beyond her television appearances, Pickle is a multifaceted individual. She is actively involved in her family's business, Wheat's Game Calls, where she crafts custom duck and turkey calls, continuing a tradition started by her grandfather. Additionally, she engages with her fans through social media platforms, sharing glimpses of her life and the challenges she faces as a modern-day swamper. In her personal life, Pickle's journey has been as dynamic as her professional one. After a public relationship with co-star Chase Landry, she found love with Joshua Kippas, an emergency medical technician. The couple welcomed their daughter, Mami, in April 2023, marking a new chapter in Pickle's life. What challenges does she face balancing motherhood with the demanding life of a gator hunter? How does she navigate the complexities of fame while staying true to her roots? Pickle Wheat's story is one of perseverance, passion, and a deep connection to the land that raised her. Her journey continues to inspire those who dare to follow in her footsteps, proving that with grit and determination, one can thrive in the face of adversity. Cheyenne Pickle Wheat, a seasoned alligator hunter from Louisiana, has faced numerous life-threatening situations in the swamps. However, one encounter stands out as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in her profession. During a routine gator hunt, Pickle was attempting to lift an alligator onto her boat when the vessel struck a submerged cypress stump. The impact caused her to lose balance and fall directly into the water, landing atop the thrashing alligator. With the creature still tethered to the boat by a line, it began to pull her deeper into the swamp. In that perilous moment, she had no weapon to defend herself. Her mentor, Troy Landry, witnessing the unfolding danger, swiftly handed her a firearm, enabling her to subdue the alligator before it could cause harm. Reflecting on the incident, Pickle recalled, "I wasn't nervous until I saw how scared Mr. Troy was. And if the legendary King of the Swamp is scared, that kind of makes you a little nervous." This experience underscored the unpredictable and often perilous nature of alligator hunting. Raised in a family with a rich history of gator hunting, Pickle began her training at the age of 6. Her great-grandfather was among the first gator hunters in her area, passing down invaluable skills and knowledge through generations. Despite the inherent risks, Pickle remains committed to continuing the family tradition, emphasizing the importance of staying calm and focused in high-pressure situations. Pickle Wheat's journey to success in her career has been anything but easy. As one of the standout stars of Swamp People, her commitment to the rigorous demands of alligator hunting and the public attention that comes with fame has significantly influenced her personal life. But what happens when the pressure of a high-stakes career starts to impact relationships that were once thought to be rock solid? Pickle's relationship with fellow cast member Chase Landry is a prime example of this. Their relationship, which began in October of 2020, seemed promising at first, especially given their shared love for alligator hunting. However, by 2022, the couple parted ways. Was it the constant spotlight on their personal lives, or perhaps the growing pressures from their careers that led to their separation? While we may never know all the details, it's clear that juggling a high-profile career and a romantic relationship can be incredibly challenging. But just as life sometimes throws curveballs, it also has a way of offering new opportunities. After her split with Chase, Pickle found a fresh start with Joshua Kippes, an emergency medical technician. In April 2023, the couple welcomed their daughter, Memi Ray, marking a new chapter in Pickle's life. How has motherhood changed Pickle? How does she balance the intense demands of her career with the responsibilities of being a mother? The delicate act of navigating the challenges of raising a child while maintaining a high-risk career is undoubtedly no easy feat. Picklewheat's story is far from ordinary. As her life continues to unfold in the public eye, it raises important questions about the sacrifices made in pursuit of both love and career. Will her new relationship and role as a mother change the trajectory of her career in alligator hunting? Or will the unique challenges of her personal life inspire new paths for her future? One thing is for certain, Picklewheat's story is one that continues to intrigue and inspire, leaving fans eagerly wondering what's next for this multifaceted woman. Living and working in the swamp means constant exposure to some of the most perilous and unpredictable situations imaginable. It's a world where danger is an everyday companion, lurking at every corner, and survival isn't guaranteed. Imagine being surrounded by creatures that could easily end your life with a single strike, where the environment itself can turn on you at any moment. This is the reality for people like Picklewheat, whose life in the swamp serves as a powerful reminder of the ever-present risks that come with working in such an unforgiving environment. Each day, she faces a multitude of threats, from powerful alligators to hazardous weather conditions that can change in an instant. What kind of person chooses a life like this? How does one survive when every step could potentially be their last? Pickle's experience is a testament to the strength and resilience required to navigate such a harsh world. Have you ever stopped to think about what it must be like to have your every move watched by massive, unpredictable alligators? These predators aren't just a distant threat. They're real, and they're dangerous. Pickle has faced numerous close calls, each one more intense than the last. From being pulled into the water by an alligator to finding herself in dangerous swamps where the air itself can feel thick with peril, the daily risks she takes are extraordinary. What goes through your mind when you're inches away from a creature capable of killing you within seconds? Yet, despite the constant danger, Pickle is unshaken. What keeps her grounded when so many others would give up? It's her passion for the swamp and the creatures that call it home. This love for the wild, untamed environment is what keeps her going, despite the risks and close calls that have become a normal part of her life. For Pickle, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a world that few people can truly understand. Every challenge, every dangerous encounter only deepens her connection to this place, fueling her commitment to preserving its delicate balance. But that raises an important question. Why keep going? Why face the constant threat of death every single day? The answer lies in the bond Pickle shares with the swamp. It's not just a job, it's a calling. There's something deeply spiritual about her connection to this environment, a sense of purpose that transcends the dangers. She isn't just working in the swamp, she's living it, breathing it, becoming a part of it. But what about the toll it takes on her? How does one cope with the constant stress of such an intense environment? Pickle's story is more than just about surviving the swamp. It's about thriving in the face of adversity. Every encounter with danger is a reminder of how fragile life can be in such an unpredictable world. The more we learn about her journey, the more we realize that living in the swamp isn't just about physical strength. It's about mental and emotional endurance. It's a way of life that requires a deep love and respect for the environment. But is this kind of life sustainable? How long can one continue living on the edge where life and death are separated by mere seconds? Pickle's dedication to her craft speaks to a profound sense of purpose, but it also makes us wonder about the future. Will she always be able to navigate the dangers that come with working in the swamp? Or is there a point where even the most hardened individuals begin to question whether the risks are worth it? Would you have the strength to continue after so many close calls? Would you choose the swamp as your home, knowing the constant danger that awaits at every turn? Picklewheat's story leaves us asking these questions and more as we come to understand just how fragile and yet deeply powerful the connection to the swamp truly is. Beyond the loss of friends and colleagues, Picklewheat has faced profound personal grief that has deeply impacted her life and worldview. Have you ever wondered how the loss of a loved one can shape a person's path in unexpected ways? For Pickle, the passing of her great-grandfather, a revered pioneer in her family's legendary alligator hunting tradition, was not just the death of a beloved elder, but the symbolic end of an era. Imagine carrying the weight of a legacy that has been passed down through generations, each one adding to the stories, the knowledge, and the bond between family and land. Now, with his death, that legacy was at a crossroads, and the responsibility of carrying it forward fell squarely on Pickle's shoulders. What happens when a person inherits a tradition that isn't just a family business, but a connection to their very roots, their history, and their identity? For Pickle, the grief of losing her great-grandfather wasn't just an emotional blow, it was a call to action. With his passing, the swamp, which had once been a playground of memories and lessons, now became a place of somber reflection. The alligator hunting tradition, once led by his wisdom and experience, needed to be preserved for future generations. This personal loss has become a driving force behind Pickle's dedication to the swamp's preservation. The question is, what drives a person to take on such a monumental task in the face of heartbreak? For Pickle, it's not just about maintaining a family tradition. It's about ensuring the swamp's legacy and educating future generations about the importance of this unique culture. It's about passing on the knowledge, the respect for the land, and the understanding of the life it sustains. As Pickle continues her journey, one can't help but wonder, will she succeed in keeping her great-grandfather's legacy alive? And what lessons will the future learn from this passionate commitment to tradition? Growing up in a family with a rich history in alligator hunting was no easy feat for Pickle. The Wheat family, known for their expertise in the perilous world of gator hunting, had a legacy that loomed large. As the youngest in the family, Pickle often found herself facing a constant barrage of expectations. To uphold the family name, to be as daring as the legendary hunters before her, and to prove she could endure the same grueling challenges that defined her ancestors. Did she feel the pressure? Absolutely. Could she ever live up to the high bar set by generations of skilled hunters? That was a question she struggled with for years. At first, Pickle embraced the tradition with all her heart. The thrill of the hunt, the rush of adrenaline coursing through her veins as she faced the mighty alligator in the wilds of the swamp. It was all part of her family's DNA. But no matter how much she tried to channel the fierce spirit of those who came before her, the shadow of comparison was always there. Each time she stepped into the boat or armed herself for a hunt, she couldn't escape the weight of history bearing down on her. How could she possibly meet the expectations placed on her? Did she really belong in this dangerous world of alligator hunting? It wasn't until the infamous hunting accident, one that nearly cost her her life, that Pickle started to truly understand what it meant to be her own person. The harrowing experience shook her to her core, but it also forced her to question everything she had believed about tradition. Was the past merely something to honor, or could it evolve into something new? How could she respect the legacy of her family while also carving out her own space in this world? In the aftermath of that life-altering incident, Pickle began to forge her own path. She realized that conservation and respect for the environment were just as important as hunting itself. This shift in perspective transformed her approach. It wasn't just about the hunt anymore. It was about balancing the old ways with new ideas, about honoring her family's legacy while ensuring that the future of alligator hunting was sustainable. Was this new approach the future of hunting or just a phase? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. Pickle Wheat was no longer just another heir to a legacy. She was creating one of her own. As a public figure, Pickle has faced a unique set of challenges that come with being in the spotlight, particularly in a field that is often dominated by men. The question arises, what is it like to constantly navigate between admiration and criticism, all while trying to stay true to oneself? Pickle has certainly had her share of both. On one hand, she's been praised for her remarkable skills, determination, and the way she's carved out a space for herself in an environment that is traditionally not welcoming to women. Her perseverance has inspired many, especially women who aspire to follow in her footsteps. However, with fame also comes scrutiny, and Pickle has not been immune to it. Some have questioned her abilities, wondering whether she truly deserves the recognition she's received. They've scrutinized her every move, sometimes focusing more on her gender than her accomplishments. It can't be easy to face such judgment, but what is it that keeps Pickle pushing forward despite the constant criticism? How does she manage to stay grounded when others attempt to define her by external standards? In a world that often expects women to prove themselves more than their male counterparts, Pickle's journey represents a powerful statement about resilience and self-belief. She's been faced with the challenge of proving herself, not only to those who doubt her, but to herself as well. What is it that drives her to keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against her? Pickle seems to have found a way to focus on the things that truly matter: her work, her passion, and her ability to inspire others through her actions. Despite the obstacles she's faced, Pickle refuses to let the opinions of others define her success. Instead, she focuses on what she can control: her actions. She has shown that it's possible to rise above external criticism and let one's true abilities shine through. But what does the future hold for someone like Pickle, who has faced and overcome so many challenges? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: her journey is far from over, and her story continues to inspire and provoke thought about the broader struggles women face in male-dominated industries. Despite the countless tragedies and obstacles that have come her way, Pickle Wheat has not only survived but continues to thrive. What is it that keeps her going, even in the face of overwhelming adversity? Is it an unbreakable spirit, an innate resilience, or something deeper? Perhaps a relentless love for the swamp that has shaped her life from the very beginning? Her journey is nothing short of extraordinary, a powerful narrative of resilience, determination, and unwavering commitment. Every setback she faces seems to serve only as a stepping stone, each one strengthening her resolve to protect what matters most to her: her family's legacy and the environment she holds so close to her heart. What is it about the swamp that fuels Pickle's drive? Is it the sense of belonging that comes with being deeply connected to the land? Or perhaps the untold stories of her ancestors that echo through the cypress trees and murky waters? As she battles through personal and professional struggles, Pickle's journey is a reminder of how deeply intertwined our past, our passion, and our purpose can be. The swamp isn't just a place for Pickle, it's a symbol of everything she fights for. But how does one continue when the world seems to be constantly pushing against them? Pickle's strength lies not in her ability to avoid challenges, but in how she faces them head-on with an open heart and unshakable will. Each obstacle only fuels her passion, making her mission to honor her heritage and protect her home even more vital. As Pickle moves forward, there's no doubt that her story will continue to inspire countless others. How many people are quietly fighting their own battles, looking for a spark of inspiration to keep pushing forward? Pickle Wheat's unwavering perseverance is not just a lesson in survival, it's a profound testament to the power of love, legacy, and the human spirit in the face of the toughest challenges. Will you let her story inspire you to face your own adversities with the same courage?